This evening we had vegetables with chicken for dinner. The older children were throwing peas and carrot pieces at me. Like always, the aunt didn't see that. Then I took my fork and threw it at one of the others, and of course she saw that. She tightly grabbed my arm and dragged me into my room where she locked me in. I screamed and cried, hammered on the door, but no one paid attention to me. They pushed me so far that I even locked myself into the room and that I didn't want to come out again. On top of that, I took enough paper and pencils to draw the whole day. I didn't have any feeling of hunger nor thirst. Many days passed like that, until the aunt told me that she has found foster parents for me. I was more than happy. I thought, finally parents who know what I can do and what I need. Naturally, I was a little different and didn't let my emotions show. When the aunt introduced me to my foster parents, they tweaked my cheeks. I didn't like that at all, but I didn't want to let them know. After all, it could have happened that I would have had to go back. Nothing would have been worse than that. It was a long ride until we were home, or it just seemed like it was long. After arriving, my parents showed me my new room. I really liked it, but the only thing that bothered me was that I didn't have a table and a chair to draw on. So I had to draw on the floor, but nothing keeps me from drawing. I indicated that I wanted a pencil and a piece of paper because I didn't want to talk. That startled them a little. Since I still didn't start talking much, they sent me from one psychiatrist to another. They couldn't understand that I didn't want to talk and that I just wanted to draw. This went on for 2 years. One time to this psychiatrist and one time to another, but nothing changed. After these 2 years, the time for me has come to go to school. My parents sent me to school alone. Well, at least they showed me the way, right? Fortunately, it wasn't that far. It took me 10 minutes to get there. It was much sadder for me to see that every child had at least one parent with him. My parents didn't even have to work that day. To get out of sight, I decided to stand in a corner until the teacher came to tell us that we could go inside. Then a boy approached me and asked, "Where are your parents? Are they dead?" I didn't answer him, but deep inside me something wanted to make its way out of my mouth to tell him off. After not getting an answer, he said, "You are strange." And then he just went back to the other children. When the teacher finally took us to the classroom, I was walking at the end. Right after we arrived in the classroom, we could choose where to sit. So I sat down in the back of the classroom while the others sat in the front. The teacher told me to get a seat further in the front, but I didn't want to, so I stayed there. Ignoring that, the teacher said, "I want everyone to introduce themselves, so please sit down and form a circle with your chairs." The others were happy about it, but I didn't want to. The teacher wanted me to join them, so I joined them reluctantly. I hate the feeling of being watched the whole time. Every person had this kind of feeling before, so certainly even you. "Let's begin," said the teacher while pointing at the pupil. He began talking about himself.
"My name is John and I come from..."
I didn't listen, because I was already in my own fantasy world, a world where nothing bad can happen, a world created by me. Here I can decide about what happens and what doesn't. After a while the teacher called my name. I was startled as I awoke from my dream world. It was my turn. Everybody was looking at me because they wanted to know my age, where I came from, and what my hobbies were. I couldn't get one word out, and it's not like I even wanted to, and certainly not when I was being stared at by everyone. It just makes me feel like everything I do is wrong, and like everyone is about to jump up and attack me. "This doesn't get us anywhere," the teacher sighed. "Okay, children, get back to your tables and we will make our own nameplates to put on our desks." Everyone got themselves colorful paper, while I got myself black paper. One boy got orange paper with blue and red patterns on it. The girls tried to draw flowers and the boys tried to draw cars. But you couldn't really call that drawing. You could barely recognize the drawings. I drew 2 red monsters since I was in a gloomy mood. If my mood had been better, I would have drawn an elf. The teacher was shocked upon seeing this. She took it away from me and tore it apart. Then she wanted me to make a new one. I wanted to scream, but since everyone was staring at me, I just couldn't do it. It got stuck in my throat and couldn't get out. To satisfy the teacher, I got yellow paper and I drew a violet tulip and a white rose. I didn't like it at all, but I knew if I did anything funny now, I wouldn't be able to learn anything. At the end of the day, every child got picked up by his parents. Their faces were radiant with joy when their children told them about the fun they had during the first school day. I had to walk home again. On my way home, I was in my dream world for the whole time. It is like a refugee for me. When I'm there, I can relax and I can get my inspiration for my drawings.